Okay, so let's go over the first way to get catalyst materials for catalysts. So you want to go to Void Vessel Operations Terminal and then Void Vessel Hard, and then the boss has a chance to drop a resource box that gives you enough resources to craft a catalyst. It doesn't give the blueprint though, and then it also gives every single time you complete a mission, it gives like a fifth of the materials you need to craft a catalyst. And then Void Vessel Normal, it doesn't have the boss drop, but you could probably run it slightly faster. So it gives the same amount of materials, except for it doesn't have the boss resource box. So you would want a Thunder Cage like this, and then it's just really good because it pop bubbles super quick. So I read that you could get like a full catalyst worth of materials out of the genetic information storage boxes, but when I tried, I never got one, and they published what is inside genetic information storage boxes and the rates, and it adds up to exactly 100%, so I don't know where they'd be fitting the full catalyst mat. Okay, so the fastest way to get the crystallization catalyst blueprint, you want to go to Infiltration Operations Terminal, Infiltration Operation Hard, Magister Lab right here in Kingston, and then you want to do tab number 3, 54 variant AB, and then this is because this is a crystallization catalyst blueprint, and it's at a reactor. You open it at a reactor, so it costs nothing, and it's super fast. You don't have to fight a boss, so it's the fastest way. You can do it sub 2 minutes. So the place you open the Amorphous pattern variant AB is right here at the Kingston Grand Square. Okay, so if you don't have a Rekka tuning or Secret Garden with 3 sprint cores, then I would go for this build. You need MP. With the MP build, you need to go max MP, MP recovery. There's like 4 different MP recovery stats. This is my farming build for gold and equipment and stuff. So I don't have it on this set, but you just want max MP, MP recovery, and all the MP stats. There's 4 of them. And then if you have a Rekka tuning, I would recommend this. And then this build. And then I have electric cohesion. You don't need it. But this is the build I'd recommend if you have a Rekka tuning. And then the Secret Garden is basically just a stat stick for sprint speed because her lightning emission is based on her distance traveled. If you have travel more distance, you get more ticks, which means more damage. So the build that doesn't need MP, so you start the mission, you have to activate her too because that boosts amount of custom resources while it's active until you get enough to activate it once, and then the custom resource mod will just guarantee you never run out of it again unless you stop moving. Then you'll have to activate the 2 again if you stop moving though. That's it. You don't have to hold your 2 and manage your MP. So the thing about the MP list build without Secret Garden, you're going to need to keep your 2 down the entire time so you get as much speed as possible. What your 2 does is it gives you 50% extra movement speed while it's active. Secret Garden, you're always capped if you have the Rekka tuning run speed thing. So you're always capped at running speed. So it's really nice to not have to manage your MP. Okay, so let's go over the fastest way to get the Murky energy residue. So you want to go to Infiltration Operation Terminal, Infiltration Operation Hard, and then you want to do the Forgottenance, and then in the mission, an enemy drops. So on Hard, you get 7 for completing the mission, and then there's an enemy right at this spot that drops, it's between like 8 and 16 of it. Okay, so the fastest place to get the Macromolecule Biogel, it is through the Muskegon Swamp, and then you want to go here and normal, and then it resets every 30 seconds. You just run like this, and then he dies instantly, and then you pick up the loot, and then you have to wait 30 seconds, and then repeat that. You get like half of a catalyst worth of material every 30 seconds. Let's go over the fastest way to get these advanced neural circuits, or the blue brains. So you want to go to White Knight Gulch, you want to teleport to this, and then go to this mission right here, Fortress Courtyard, and then you could play as a bunny or whatever, and then you just want to run through the mission and go to this guy right here, kill him, grab his brains, and then run back to the thing, cancel the mission, and then do it again. And then there's a more optimal way to do this if you have a Jayber. So let me swap to a Jayber. Okay, so let's go over how to use Jayber. This is the fastest way to get the blue brains. So you want to build like this on Jayber. And then what you're going to do is go run over here to where the guy's going to spawn. Place down his attack turret right here. Run back over. And then you're going to want to start it. You just want to spam his 3 skill so the turret never runs out of duration. And then as soon as it kills the yellow health enemy, just restart the mission. I'm going to do this like 10 times and speed it up by like times 3. And I've done it like 10 times, so I'm going to go over there and collect the loot. And I got 31 brains in like a couple minutes. Okay, so in order to get the mixed energy residue, you want to have an Enzo, and then you want to go to Agna Desert, and then you want to teleport to one of these sites. And then on the map, there'll be encrypted storage vaults. You need an Enzo and a consumable called a ultra precision codebreaker to open the vaults. And then if we go over, let me mark the blue one. If we go over, and open it, then I get 9, and that is enough to make a catalyst. So the reason you want Enzo is because he has a passive that increases the time it does, and I think it gives him extra stuff when he loots a vault. Okay, so let's go over the way we get these ultra precision code breakers. So breakers are for hard mode and analyzers are for normal mode, but you can also have analyzers that appear in hard mode. So what we need to do is you're going to use the same build as before for the other to get the relics. You're going to take off high voltage, and then let me start this real quick. And then you just want to take a sharp left and then turn right, and then it kills all of them. You just run forward, do this, and then run through here, and you complete the mission in 20 seconds, and you get code analyzers if you do it enough. This is the fastest way to get them, but you can also get them through with a Freyna on what is it, Albion Cavalry Defense. Okay, so let's talk about the second way to get the code analyzers, or breakers. So you want a build like this, Contagion and all these mods, and then if you look in the Special Operations Terminal and go to Special Operations Normal, Fortress, Special Resource Defense, and then you go here. If you look down here, it's a 10%, 10%, 5%. So code analyzers and code breakers give the same amount of resources, And since these are all it's a 25% chance to get one of these every single time these are rolled. So you get 1, 1, 2, 3, and 5. So that's 12 total items from this. And you have a 25% chance to get one of these. So on average, you're going to get around 3 every 9 minutes if you use the build I showed. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.